Hi everyone! I like to spend the month of December preparing for the new year ahead, and I do it in a couple of different ways. I like to set goals. I like to do a big clean around my house and especially my closet, and also just feel like I'm preparing myself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically as well. Today we're going to talk about vision boards because I think this is a really important thing, and I know some of you are probably going to think that vision boards are really hokey, but I want you to just hear me out on this. Promise me you'll give me a little bit of time because I do think that they are important, but I think they have to be done correctly. So I want to talk to you about vision boards today, and I do just want to mention I don't think that you have to have a fresh start just when it's a new year. I said this in my organization series last year as we were preparing for 2015. I do think that you can have a fresh start whenever you choose. So even if you find this video down the line and want to create a vision board and set some goals and start new things in your life, then I absolutely think that you can decide to have a new beginning whenever you want. So don't let arbitrary time frames stop you from getting the things that you want in your life. I think success is just a matter of you deciding that you want something and acting upon it. Okay, so let's get started with vision boards. I really want to hear from you guys. Let me know, comment down below, and tell me when you first started watching this video what you thought of vision boards, and by the end of it, let me know what you guys think. Okay, so vision boards. Even if you are one of these people who doesn't really believe in them and you think it's just a bunch of hocus pocus, then I want to encourage you to make one this year anyway. Just use it as a creative way to get your goals on paper. That's really all that it is. I'm not telling you that by making a vision board, you're going to be a millionaire by next year and the man of your dreams is going to ride up on a white horse. That's not what I'm saying at all. Just use this as a creative way to get your goals on paper. I think it's wonderful to have goals and to write them out and to make plans for yourself, but I really believe that the way to be successful is to set goals, absolutely, but then you have to act upon them. And I think that that is a lot of the reason why I was getting a bit overwhelmed with the planner community, because things were getting too wrapped up in all these like pretty stickers and elaborate spreads. But at the end of the day, it's all about acting on your intentions, and the same is true with making plans or setting goals or getting anything that you want in your life. So I encourage you all not to get too caught up in setting goals for yourself and planning them out meticulously and filling out worksheets and reading books on goals. I think that's great, and if it's helpful for you, then that's fine, but I really think that it's just a matter of sitting down and dreaming big, and that's another reason why I think creating a vision board is really helpful, because sometimes when we sit down with pen and paper, we feel that we have to be very practical with our goals, and I think it puts a little bit of pressure on us. We just have to think sometimes too realistically, and while I do think that there is a benefit to that, I really want to encourage you guys to dream big with your goals, because I think that's when we achieve the most wonderful things, is when we're thinking outside of the box and we're thinking about what we truly want. And I think a lot of our true desires come through more creatively. So I think working with pictures and images and something about using your hands to create the vision board really allows us to dream bigger and to not put these kinds of restrictions on ourselves. So how do you actually make a vision board? I'm sure that you guys know what to do, but just in case you don't, I will share a bit of my process with you guys. Now, first things first, you want to sit down and actually write out your goals before you start cutting out pictures out of magazines or looking for things on the internet to print. Sit down and write out your goals. And again, remember to dream big. I just got a big piece of white poster board. I wrote 2016 on it and decorated it with some glitter. And I broke up the poster board into 4 different areas. These were categories of my life that I wanted to focus on. You can choose whatever you guys want. Some of your areas might include your career, it might be relationships, maybe a personal area, maybe something for health and wellness. Whatever it may be, just think about the areas of your life that you want to focus on. Now, an alternative to that is to just sit down and write all of your goals and then look at them and see how you can group them together, and those areas might emerge more naturally. So if you can't identify the areas of your life that you want to work on, don't worry about it, just sit down and write your goals. So after I have my areas identified, qualified and I know what my goals are going to be for each of those areas, the fun part begins. You can start looking through magazines or just different websites on the internet. Be careful that you're not printing out copyrighted material, even though it is for your own personal use, but you can really use images from anywhere. If you're an artist and want to draw, you can do that as well, but just find things that speak to you, images that represent what your goals are, and try to be as specific as possible. I think this is a really good tip. Try to be as specific as possible. Now, you might find that you're not really finding images that correspond very specifically with your goals, so that's when you might need to look online to print things out. And really, you guys, that's it. It's very, very simple. You want to make sure that you put your vision board somewhere that you see it every day. Now, again, another word of caution. Just because you've made this vision board does not mean that everything is going to come true. You have to act on your goals. You do have to come up with strategies to make your goals happen. I don't want to be too extreme and just be all airy-fairy and say that once you put pictures on a piece of paper, your dreams are going to come true. That's not it at all. I'm just saying use this as a springboard to be creative, get these big goals out on a nice vista that you can look at, and then start to make your plans and your strategies to make these come true. So you do have to act. So I think it also would be a great idea to have a vision board party. You could do this on New Year's Eve if you wanted to have something a little bit more low key, or you could just have it on a Sunday afternoon, but just invite some friends and family over and you guys can sit around and make these vision boards together. I think it's a really nice bonding time and I think it's always a lot of fun. So if you do have one of those, be sure to take some pictures and tag me on Instagram because I would love to see that. So once your vision board is made and you've put it up somewhere that you see it every day, I encourage you to put it even more places. So get out your camera and take a picture of your vision board. Set it as your screensaver on your phone, set it as a desktop image on your laptop or whatever computer you're using. Make sure that that image is absolutely everywhere and that you're constantly reminded of your goals. This will help to not only internalize them for you, but also motivate you to get working on them. So now I want to share some alternatives with you guys, just in case you're not really into getting out a big piece of poster board and making an old school vision board. You could make a vision book, which I think is a really cool idea. You can either use a 3-ring binder, a Midori traveler's notebook. You could use just a notebook that you get from Walmart, and you can just kind of paste in different images. And you can use this as a way to look back on your vision boards and see how they have changed and evolved over time, what new dreams you've had, what dreams have come true for you already. So if you like the idea of kind of hanging on to these vision boards and watching it evolve, then you might want to consider making a vision book. You could always just make a digital image as well. So you can use Photoshop. There's a lot of free websites like PicMonkey. You can get different images from around the web and kind of put them together in a collage digitally as well. So if you don't want to have a piece of paper or a piece of poster board in front of you, although I do really recommend it, I think that there is a special value in being very tactile and using your hands to kind of cut out the images and glue them. But if you're adamantly opposed to that, then you can make a digital one as well. You could always use Pinterest to create a board that is a vision board on Pinterest, and you can start to collect different images from around the web and keep them all together on a Pinterest board. You can always set it to private so that you're the only person that sees it if you're concerned about that. You could also use a cork board. They are very inexpensive. They sell them at places like Target, Walmart, TJ Maxx. You can always find cute ways to DIY a cork board or dress it up as well. You can spray paint it. You can use fabric to cover the cork board. There's lots of fun videos on that all over YouTube as well. So if you'd rather use a cork board to kind of pin the pictures onto, you could do that as well. Again, the thing about that is I feel like it's not very permanent. So you can change it easier, but also I feel like there's something about gluing those images down that really makes them more permanent and kind of seals them in the universe for you. Another thing that I love is using a picture frame. And even if you decide to make a big poster board image, you can always have it shrunk down and printed out and put that image in a photo frame and put that on your desk or wherever else you might use it to decorate. And I think that's another nice way to make sure that your vision board is everywhere. Of course, if you are a planner girl, then I would highly recommend shrinking down your vision board, printing it out, and making it the dashboard in your planner so that it's the first thing you see every day when you open up your planner. All right, you guys, that's it. A vision board really is a simple thing to make, but I view it as a very, very powerful tool. Again, you are gonna have to act on your goals. You're gonna have to take steps. You're gonna have to be logical and strategic. I'm not saying that you're not gonna have to do any of that stuff because those are valuable as well, but I do think a vision board is powerful. I believe that our thoughts become our reality. So whatever's in our head is going to transform into our actions. So make sure that you're filling your head, your mind, your heart with positive things, images that evoke happiness and that serve as some sort of inspiration and motivation for you. I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope that all of your dreams and wishes come true. If you decide to make a vision board for 2016, please let me know. I would love to see a picture of it, so tag me on Instagram so that I can see what you guys have come up with. If you have any additional thoughts on this, please leave them down below. I hope that we can continue this conversation in the comments. Remember that you don't have to wait until the new year to create a vision board. Whenever you decide that you want a new beginning, make a vision board. Whenever you have new goals, I recently read a quote by Rumi. Now, I am paraphrasing, but it said something about you should respond to every call of your spirit. So every time you feel that you have something new that you want to work on, or you want to take your life in a new direction, then make a vision board. It helps you to map it out. Now, if you don't want to call it a vision board or the thought of it is just too hokey for you, then just think of it as visual goal setting. In fact, I think that's even a better name for it. Visualization, visual goal setting, these are all very real concepts and they're very powerful. They have a place in the business world and I believe that they have a place in your personal lives as well. So if you enjoyed this video, also please make sure to subscribe and join my community. I would love to have you all. Thanks again, you guys. I'll see you really soon. Bye.